Hello everybody and welcome to the Grand Prix review for the 2021 Turkish Grand Prix, a race which is history making. It's the first time this season that all 20 cars have finished the race, bar the Grand Prix at the Belgium Grand Prix, and it's also the first time that a driver has managed to complete a race without stopping, either for fuel or for new tyres. Esteban Ocon making that possible, and also getting his first points. Now, got a handwritten notebook for this one with notes on every driver and the Constructors' Championship as well. So instead of Ted's notebook, welcome to Joshua's notebook, or Birch's Bible. Quite like that second one. Megan Birch with me as well to talk about what happened in that race. Megs, we were anticipating another wet race akin to what we've seen this year in Hungary, Belgium, even what we saw at Russia. It was a great race, but with 20 finishes as well, it became more of a strategy-based race as well instead of on-track overtakes. But still, it was an okay race. Decent one.
It was a okay race, and it was quite interesting,
yeah,
I would say. I mean, they certainly had quite interesting strategies.
It was a question really of who was going to pit for intermediates, brand new intermediates, old intermediates, that sort of thing.
And on a rare occasion, a medium.
And a medium, yeah, with
Vettel.
Yeah, Sebastian Vettel stopping for the mediums as well. We have got the full race result of everybody that goes through and to talk about it all throughout today. So we'll kick off as well. First of all, to the group chat as well, as Josh Plays is there saying hello. And a reminder that there's no live coverage next weekend. So we'll be back on the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of October. That's absolutely right. Although there is live coverage for me because I'm doing some hours in the EERC. You can find the link for that YouTube channel down at the bottom. And as well, we'll still be live on Thursday for the BBB Esports as well. However, we do get a week off the YouTube live. We're planning to have some form of entertainment on next weekend in the form of a premiere. Not sure what we're trying to do yet, but either be like a special race between me and Megan that we might film on something, on an F1 game or something like that.
Or Gran Turismo.
On Gran Turismo. Yeah, we might go for some Gran Turismo racing.
How about Japan?
Yeah, all right. We may do that. Just something so there's a little program, like maybe
I'm
talking.
reckless when it comes to Japan and Gran Turismo.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, let's get on then and go to the results for the race in our usual Combox camera setup. There are the results as well. 9 drivers finished on the lead lap. Everyone from Ocon below was lapped as well. So let's go throughout the field. Start off with the race winner, Valtteri Bottas then, taking victory. He did the Grand Slam this weekend, led every lap, fastest lap, pole position, and race win as well. His 10th win. He's possibly last, but this, Megan, very much, it's the old Valtteri Bottas we saw here this weekend.
Very determined, I've noticed this weekend, and I'm glad it's worked out for him.
Max Verstappen finished in P2. He leads the Drivers' Championship with 6 to go. Has he now got one hand on that trophy, or is it still too close to call between him and Lewis Hamilton?
I think he's got a fingertip on a trophy.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much defined there. Sergio Perez did the team proud this weekend, and it's a big confidence boost as well, he said, post-race as well. Good weekend from Checo. He's always been up there across all the practice sessions and qualifying, and the race he did really well at. And some stunning overtakes this weekend especially as well.
There was quite some stunning overtakes, and Alonso is one away from having the most overtakes
this season, yeah. Let's talk about Sergio Perez and that moment with Lewis Hamilton then, the side-by-side moment down at turn 12. The stewards didn't issue anything, but we were discussing the pit lane. Maybe it should have been a black and white flag for Hamilton because, as the rule defined it, Hamilton did force Perez over the bollard of the pit lane entry line. Maybe it should have been a black and white flag because effectively the dotted line on the pit entrance is the track limit. That is the end of it. And Hamilton did force him off the track.
Yeah.
Surprised no penalty.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's nothing there. I mean, I would definitely have given like a penalty or black and white flag.
Yeah, very strange that one. But according to the letter of the law, it was force majeure that Perez didn't get a penalty, but surprised nothing came from Hamilton on that fact. Further down, Charles Leclerc finished in P4. A great result, he said as well. And he should have stayed out on those intermediate tyres, he said.
True.
The problem was brand new intermediates on a dry track, sort of. They just degraded so much faster. But the problem is they didn't get to the point where on the previous set of inters, they were now slicks. Brand new inters were just degrading all over.
They should have just stayed out. I mean, it worked out well for Ocon.
Would Leclerc still have won the race, or could he have possibly got a podium?
I think he would have been second.
Yes, so Leclerc, great result, but should have stayed out. Lewis Hamilton, basically, bad day. Started P11. Yes, he finished 5th, but he was running in 3rd. And instinct tells me he shouldn't have come into the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton said as well, we shouldn't have pitted. Why did you pit me? He was very vocal throughout the race as well. Bono, Peter Bonington, his engineer, said, we pitted for what we think. What's your opinion? Should Hamilton have pitted, or should he just stayed out in the track and possibly kept 3rd, maybe have had 4th?
I don't think he should have pitted.
I
think he could have got higher if he hadn't have pitted, and it would have been better. It doesn't matter that the gap was closing for Gasly, because Gasly didn't exactly pass anyone.
I know. I've put here in my notes, look, no pit, as in, and squared it off, so he should have been no pitted. Pierre Gasly, good start, wrecked. He had a great getaway, but then got sandwiched by Perez and then hit Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
He then got a 5-second time penalty, and he's also been given 2 penalty points on his licence for that. The stewards being very, very harsh, considering Charles Leclerc hit Gasly off earlier on in the year at the Italian Grand Prix, and nothing happened.
Well, he's Ferrari.
Yeah, nothing happened. FIA, Ferrari International Assistance once again. It seems as well. Lando Norris in P7. I've put redemption for Russia with that P7. He was having a great day so far, talking with the team about how the conditions are working as well. Is it new set of intermediate tyres? Is it not? I think it worked quite well.
I think he's a bit more focused on what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Now.
Carlos Sainz, P8 as well, driver of the day. Loads of overtaking, finished P8. He started P19 in that race as well. Fantastic race from Carlos Sainz.
This is his fastest lap, twice.
Yeah, and 3 times running as well. He was always taking fastest sector times. That is just pace from Ferrari, and a great race from Carlos Sainz. I'm telling you, if he started in the top 5, Sainz would have won today.
He would have.
He would have had so much more pace and would have won. Further down then, Lance Stroll, P9 as well. A strong race, always overtaking a bit like Sainz today, but he was sort of nowhere throughout the entire weekend, Lance Stroll.
Yeah. I mean, the occasional blip of seeing him, though, he didn't really appear much.
Yeah, he didn't. That's the really awful thing. He didn't appear that much. Then we come to the big one, rounding out the points as well. Esteban Ocon. Whole race, 1 set of intermediate tyres. A new world record for no pit stops.
I bet he was thinking everyone else was weaklings.
Yeah, it's not the first time they've taken 1 set of tyres to the end of a Grand Prix, because of course in 2005 the rules dictated 1 set of tyres for the whole race, but it's the first time in F1 history that a driver has not pitted for fuel or tyres or for any other damage throughout the entire F1 history. So in 72 seasons and 71 years in total, that is the first time they've done the whole distance on 1 set of fuel and 1 set on tyres. Well done, Esteban Ocon. New record for you.
He'll go down in the history books for that.
Yeah, the most obscure F1 stat would be that as well. Dropping out the points as well, Antonio Giovinazzi driving for a seat. No points today. Bad day, I've put. It was pretty much a bad day.
Better than his teammate.
Yeah, Raikkonen, who finished in P12 as well. He was nowhere all race and was just complaining all weekend long. Raikkonen very much giving a sign that he doesn't want to be here anymore.
And deciding to cut off Haas's.
Yes, deciding to cut off Haas's of Schumacher all weekend long, and Mazepin as well. Ricciardo, P13. He started P20. A fight back. Could have been better, though. But a P13 is not bad. He should have taken a bit more risks as well.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda, P14. A strange weekend. Never on it here at Turkey. And AlphaTauri's radio has been rubbish all weekend.
Oh my God, it's like someone's been whispering into a microphone next to your ear.
We have heard an awful lot from AlphaTauri this weekend on the team radio. And
too much.
They've never had anything all weekend. There've always been something wrong, some other problem. They've never been on it all weekend.
No, they really haven't. And even Tsunoda, he was twirling round a pole in his car.
He did the 360, didn't he? I forgot about that. This is why it's better having 2 people. You can remember things of the race I haven't. I'll write that down in my notes. Russell, no points today. 4 out of 6 races now. He's been inside the points. Today wasn't one of those days. Russell, not Williams, was just sort of drifting at the back, but he did have a couple of great overtakes.
Neither of the Williams were in points today, which is... A year ago, it wouldn't have been surprising, though nowadays, it's actually kind of surprising.
Especially on a wet weekend as well, where we expect them to have more points. Yeah. We'll get on to the Latifi in a second, because Alonso, the biggest, I think, upset of the entire race. Because, actually, the second.
What did Turkey have against him?
I know. Alonso spun at turn 1, a bad race, fought back to 16th place as well, but chances of a podium snatched away from Fernando this weekend. I think that one hurts a lot.
Was saddened.
Nicholas Latifi, P17, should have gambled earlier on new intermediate tyres instead of pitting when he did because they wore out too quick. Should have gone when the track was still wet enough. Vettel, P18 as well. He tried the medium tyres. It didn't work. It was a very bad call. Vettel is actually one of the worst calls. He was running inside the top 10, pitted for mediums, and he's just spinning off the track everywhere.
I love how all the other teams, it's raining a bit. Aston Martin, yeah, we're going to put you on some mediums. See how that goes.
It's a torrential flooding, Sebastian Noah. What do you want?
Softs.
Bring me 4 of every slick. Ridiculous. Aston Martin with egg on their face after that one. Schumacher, another one, hit by Alonso on lap 2. His chance of points gone. Schumacher could have got points for Haas today.
Could have.
And it's gone by Alonso.
He was also one of the sad ones. And what is it with Alonso getting into every single fight today?
I know, he's been everywhere. And rounding out the grid, Nikita Mazepin in 20th. He tried to avoid everybody, but he nearly hit Hamilton down at turn 9.
The blue flag was meant to be waving, and he was just like, oh, blue flag, does that mean I get to overtake?
Yeah, not great at all, was it? Either on the board as well. He nearly caused several accidents in this race, most notably, of course, with Lewis Hamilton when he was on the fight back. Okay, let's take a look then at the Drivers' Championship as it stands. Hopefully you can read that. Drivers' Championship now, Max Verstappen leads 262.5 points to Lewis Hamilton on 256.5. Calculate that, please. I've got it as 7 points. Maybe 8 points. So Verstappen 262, Hamilton 256. I've got it as 8 points.
Verstappen.
I've got it as 8 points. If everybody else got it at 8 points, I've got it as 8 points.
Wait, are you talking about the gap between them?
Yes. No, I'm talking about the gap between Verstappen and Alonso. No, I'm talking about the gap at the front, Megan. She's now nicked my
I
notes.
would say 6.
262 to 256.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6. You're right. See, my mental math as the whole working day is gone. Thanks for that. So, yeah, 6 points between them. It was...
You've had barely any sleep.
That's a good point, yeah. So it was 2 points coming in. It's now 6 points. Is that advantage for Verstappen or still way too close to call the title?
Way too close.
Yeah. So,
until it gets to, like, the 10s, I'm not putting anything down.
No, I'm not worried either. So, yeah, Verstappen 262.5, Hamilton 256.5, Bottas now on 177. He's now clearing ahead of Norris, who's on 145. Perez 10 from him, back on 135. Sainz and Leclerc level on points, but there's a half a point gap. Sainz on 116.5, Leclerc on 116. So Sainz still the team leader by half a point. How reminiscent of Prost and Lauda is that? Further down on the order, we see Ricciardo on 95, Gasly 74, Alonso 58, Ocon 46, getting one more point today, well done. Vettel 35, Stroll 26, Tsunoda 18, Russell 16, Latifi 7, Raikkonen 6, Giovinazzi 1, Schumacher, Mazepin and Kubica still on 0. And just quickly, in the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead 433.5. They have a 36-point advantage to Red Bull, who are on 397.5. McLaren are on 240. They've got an 8-point gap now to Ferrari. Ferrari closing down massively today with 2 point scoring positions, whereas McLaren had 1 with Norris. So that's Ferrari now on 232.5, so actually it's 7.5 points gap between them. Alpine out of 104, Alpha Tauri 92, Aston Martin 61, Williams 23, Alfa Romeo 7, and Haas have 0 points on the board as well. Come back up then to the results on the board as well. And Megan, my question for you for today as well, with Bottas winning, Verstappen second and Perez in P3. We've got 2 weeks now until the next race in the United States. 6 races to go. United States, Mexico, Brazil, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi as well. At least I think that's 6. Yeah, I'm looking in to see if I haven't missed one. No, I'm all good there. Which race is going to favour Mercedes? Arguably, America would favour Mercedes, whereas Mexico would favour Red Bull and Verstappen. Who do you think? Are we going to see the same Verstappen-Hamilton winners until the end of the season? Or is anyone else going to nick a victory in an unusual track?
maybe. I think one person maybe might nick a victory, but I don't think it'll be like really random. I think maybe it'll be either just Perez, maybe.
Now that we've got they've both taken power unit penalties as well, it's pretty much in now for the rest of the season. Straight on dogfight for the last 6 races now, isn't it? Yeah. Too early to call the champion still? Now that we look at the facts? Yeah?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that's it from the Turkish Grand Prix. A reminder, there's no racing next weekend, but we're going to try and throw a little program together so that the string of YouTube things doesn't end here of about 26 or 30 weeks, whatever it's been so far. So we will have something next weekend, but no live action. We'll be back the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of October with the mammoth schedule for the last time this year, because we have Formula One's United States Grand Prix, MotoGP's Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, W Series at the Austin, Texas doubleheader season finale, and the British Touring Car Championship last 3 races of the day as well to wrap up the championship. 2, as possibly 3 championships could be decided in 2 weeks' time. Fabio Quartararo has his first shot at getting the title at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. That almost looks certain. The W Series will crown their second champion. Either it will be Alice Powell or Jamie Chadwick, and definitely we will have a champion once again in the British Touring Car Championship. So in 2 weeks' time, it's Championship Derby Day for W Series and the British Touring Car Championship, with a chance of MotoGP throwing it in as well. But for Formula One, the title fight rages on. 6 weekends left, 7 points between them. It is anybody's guess. Megan, thank you very much for this weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And for you all, thank you very much for joining us this weekend. We leave you with Bottas, a race winner. The perfect 10. Is it his last ever race win? We're going to find out, hopefully, in the last 6 races, if he can take another. But the battle between Verstappen and Hamilton, once again, damage limitation in effect for the title rivals. They've both taken their penalties. They're now free to race in the last 6. Join us as the Formula One season concludes and we start the first flyaways since COVID began. Thank you very much for your company here today. It's good night to you all.